Welcome back to today's video. We're going to play City Skylines. In today's video, we're going to be starting to work on the beachfront of the city, of Seaside, obviously. And so I wanted to do the being inspired by the Tampa beach and just other beaches around in like the major cities like Miami and Tampa and just other cities around Florida. I was inspired by them to do a only like walking like street along the beachfront, and so that's exactly what I did. Unfortunately, because I did need to alter the terrain here, the beach, it did like recede towards the water a bit more, so that did become a bit annoying. So there is some grass peeking through the walking streets, or only walking streets. I don't know how you what do you call them, but it's fine. Just imagine it's only beach right there, but it will work out eventually at some point. But I made it to where it was nice and smooth, so this way you could just walk straight off the path and down to the beach, and that's just how I wanted to have it. Because that's how it looks like in real life in quite a few different places along the Florida coast. And then I also did want to commercialize this area too, so I did just put in a couple of different buildings in this part here where it comes out, and I also just put commercial along the street here, also that follows the road and shoreline too. And then I obviously couldn't really fit anything in here, and just to hide some imperfections with the ground being slightly uneven, and also just to make it a whole lot nicer, I just added in trees along the pedestrian area between the pedestrian street and the street, and so just allows for it to be decorated up nicer here. And also, as these commercial buildings came in, I just added in paths and some trees around them just to make it feel a whole lot nicer, and also just make the whole area just feel nicer and just help everything blend in and mesh up together well. And then, of course, because we're doing in zone buildings along the pedestrian street, we do obviously need the pedestrian area, so I did just put that in. And then I also just connected all these buildings up with water and also power, just so this way they can obviously get connected and thrive in their own ways. And I did definitely like the buildings that grew in here and felt like that they fell in well. And then also, just because now the shoreline is starting to recede into the water, I did just want to bring some paths out, just because along the coastline, especially here in New Jersey, you tend to see to where it isn't just you walk, you're going along the street and it's just beach. There is typically some paths and like sand dunes that you can't go on just to stop the water from taking all the sand. But in Florida, I don't really see them having that in the pictures that I've seen, at least from it, that I've used for reference for this. But that's just how I built it, and so this just allows for better access down to the beach. And also, if you're, say, disabled and need a wheelchair, you can then use that to get down to the closer to the water, or at least onto the beach a whole lot easier. And then also, I wanted to monetize the pedestrian streets a bit more, but obviously we need stuff for that. And this whole entire area, like I said, I wanted to put in commercial, so I just put in more commercial in here. And then I also just obviously needed some different stuff. But first, I did just want to put in some more tourist attractions along the street shorefront. And so I put in the restaurant pier there, and some other stuff all throughout the shore here. And then these I'll obviously add in more as we work our way along the shore over probably the next episode or two. And so that will just end up eventually completing out this area, making it feel all nice and a tourist attraction, just to bring in tourism, and obviously just make it look like a shoreline. And then obviously I just added in more commercial, and I like the buildings that went in there, so I just put them there. And I'm going to try to do low density here. And also, we obviously need parking because we're in the US, so I just wanted to make a huge parking lot right here. Or not necessarily a huge one, but a parking lot nonetheless. And then because of how the train line sits over here, I can't really fit anything in here, especially stuff that I did try, like parking lots, because I want parking lots in here. So I couldn't really fit anything in here just because of how train line intersects with this plot of land here. And so I just decided to make it a big concrete space like I've done in a couple of other blocks in the past episodes in the city. And so it just allows for it to just be empty, or just for, say, future development to be put in there. Or it could just be just a generic overpass, or they might have also just put this in, so this way you can get a nice view down to the shore from up top here, and just give that photogenic look to the city, and also for tourists, just because then it brings in a tourist attraction. But then I continued our train line down along here, because we're starting to run into traffic problems, and of course this is our cargo train line, so this is right now elevated just to avoid needing to have a whole load of crossings. And then because there's just this big hill here, I wanted to flatten it out just so this way it didn't feel like that there should be a hill there. So I just flattened that out, and then came along here and slowly just brought the train line down to where it felt more realistic, because obviously trains can't go down steep grades really well like a car can, so it needs to be very gradual. And so I just slowly brought that down. And the main reason why I'm putting an Equinor cargo train station over here is because, well, we kind of need it, frankly. There's a ton of traffic flowing between the industrial area and getting into the city. And so with us adding this train line, it will allow for cars or trains bringing in goods from outside the city to just be able to bypass that train station and come to here, and then they can obviously get through the city where there's less traffic instead of clogging up the highway interchange, where all the cars coming in from the city and also the cars needing to cross from the industrial area to either cross through. And so even though I've tried fixing the traffic, we just can't really fix that. There's just so much. But I put that in, connected it all up, and so now we have a functional train station over here, and also allows for connectivity between the two train stations. This way we can more easily deliver goods between the two. But that is it. Here's the final product. Hope you've enjoyed. And if you have, make sure to like and subscribe, and hope to see you next one. Bye!